Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my Let's Play World of Warcraft on Wednesdays. So, as you recall at the very end of the last episode, we were fighting this sort of elite pseudo-boss in this part of the adventure, trying to get rid of all of these creatures that are kind of infesting the Alliance ship that crashed into Hunjunju, which is the name of the turtle whose back we're riding on this wandering isle. This is kind of the last part of the clearing out of the creatures, is to get rid of their leader, I suppose. And he's constantly sending us ads along the way with the fight. And I'm basically doing all the DPS on this fight, while Asa, the other monk that I've been kind of traveling with, the NPC one, is sort of basically tanking him. So it's a very soloable fight, although I did die the last time because I didn't take care of the ads quickly enough in the first half of the fight, so I died and had to come back. But thankfully the second half of the fight was a lot easier, especially since I paid a little bit more attention to the ads this time around. So, alright, we got rid of him. And now we have to turn this quest in, and it's like, oh, that's right, Asa's still over here, so need to talk to her. Alright, and now she's really concerned because as you recall, we were collecting explosives before, and G. Firepaw and the goblin that we were working with earlier, their plan was to blow up the ship and basically blow it out into the ocean again, basically removing the splinter, as it were, which is basically what we're trying to do, is to save the turtle, Hunjunju, and to do that we need to somehow get rid of the ship. Get it out of the poor turtle side, and these guys, their idea is, well, let's blow it off. And they've loaded the entire ship with explosives, and Asa is against it. She thinks that they're going to kill the poor turtle, and it's too hasty, and we need to come up with a better solution. And G. Firepaw is like, if we don't do anything, it's worse than not trying, because the turtle will die if we through our inaction. So they're basically arguing here, but Asa eventually gives in, and she's like, I hope you know what you're doing. I hope you don't regret what you're doing. And let's fine, whatever. she's not happy about it at all, but she reluctantly gives in, and now we basically run for our lives, since we just set off the detonation. Here's a cutscene where you can get to see how well this plan works. You can see all the dynamite everywhere, and look at that! It blows the ship clear out of the turtle's back there. So that's a good thing. Now let's see what the aftermath of that is. Still part of the ship stuck there, but the big part that was stuck in the side is gone. And unfortunately, it did leave a big gaping wound in the poor turtle, and you can see just like this river of blood. And he's like, well, you know what, wounds can be healed, and she's like, well, I hope you can live with what you just did. She's all angry at him. And you get this nice shot of this river of blood there. It's like, oh, lovely. Alright, so the next part here basically is to, we have a bunch of healers, both Horde and Alliance healers. And the quest we're about to pick up here is basically, we're going to have a timer, and we have to protect the healers and from the rest of these creatures that have basically come back. Once we blew the ship out, they decided to crawl back up and fight us again. And so we're going to have to take care of them. And I was right in the middle of trying to accept the quest when this guy started attacking G, so I'm like, alright, better deal with him and then take on the quest. Alright, So yeah, so there's a number of healers that are like stuck under rubble, and I've got to kind of get rid of the rubble. So that's part of it, and the other is some of them are being attacked. So here's one that's under rubble, so I've got to kind of kick the rubble away and get the healer up. But then other ones are under attack from the creatures. So we're having to go and we have to talk to these people and then go help them fight the creatures that are attacking them as well. And just over time, just kind of doing this, and you can kind of see the little meter at the bottom that's kind of framed with little branches or whatever it is. And so that kind of tells us how close we are to completing this mission. So I'm not sure what would happen if I just kind of had her sit down and wait for it to fill up. I'm guessing it doesn't fill up unless you're actually actively doing something towards the quest chain. So I've never actually tried not to do something, because that would be kind of boring one way or the other. But yeah, so we're kind of slowly but surely helping all these out. Eventually slowly have to talk to some of them and say, hey, we need your help, along with, you know, then also defending them as we can. And this process actually takes quite a long time. So at one point I kind of skipped past it, because I think it took 5 or 10 minutes to actually go through this entire fight and fill up the bar, the timer bar, completely. So I kind of show part of the beginning part, and then pretty soon here you'll see the bar just kind of fill up real quick, and that's because I just kind of edited out a good middle portion of this fight, because it just takes so long, and I didn't want to take up the entire rest of this episode just doing that. Because this is, by the way, the last episode of this series. I've decided to kind of wrap things up with her. This is basically the last part before she ends up going to Ogrimmar. And I kind of included a little bit. There we go, there's the skip. So now you can see that the bar down there is almost completely full now. So this part of her journey is almost at an end, and she is going to be heading to Ogrimmar pretty soon. And with that being said, you know, with just a couple of things I'll have her do in Ogrimmar, and then after that I'm pretty much ending the series for now. I may or may not revive the series at some point in the future, depending on whatever, but I've decided going forward that I will use my main character, my Frost Death Knight. Her name is Lish Reaper, and I will be going through and doing walkthroughs every week of all the different 5-man dungeons or instances in World of Warcraft. Oh, here you can kind of see the cutscene of the healers in action, or what the healers are doing. And don't see it completely because it's obscured by the trees, but you can see here that the wound is completely healed and replaced by these trees with blood red leaves. So Hunjunju has been saved, despite Ace's protestations to the contrary, and now we have a nice healthy turtle again. And so now we've got to go back to the Temple of the Five Dawns and make a choice. So here we go. I kind of cut out part of the journey back to the temple, and now we have a choice whether we choose to join the Alliance or the Horde. And as I've alluded to already, that I already have decided to join the Horde, just because basically all of my tunes are Horde. My guild is Horde. I haven't added this particular character to my guild just yet, but we are a Horde guild, and so and I don't think I could have joined the guild until I chose a faction one way or the other anyway, because they're a Horde guild. So at any rate, she will be joining my guild, or it's not my guild, but the guild I'm a part of. So here we go, and we're going to talk about this in a second here. So there's a new fate. And I took a couple of minutes here just kind of reading through it, and then the spirit of Master Shang-Chi kind of asks Asa and G, who are you going with? And you can kind of tell by the clothes that they wear. Asa's clothing matches kind of Alliance colors, and kind of it's like higher end looking, and G, his clothing looks more Horde already anyway. It's kind of leather with, you can see stitching in it and that kind of thing. It's more rough, so he definitely looks more Horde, and she definitely looks more Alliance already. And you can see also by who they're standing next to. G is standing next to a Tauren, and Asa is standing next to a human, so it's pretty clear which ones they're going with, and they actually just say that. They kind of pledge their alliances that way. And so that means that G and Asa are going forward will be enemies, for good or for ill. And now I have to decide to choose my destiny. And of course, like I said, I joined the Horde. For the Horde. I've been playing Horde for over 6 years now. Getting close to 6.5 years. So I'm not about to change alliances anytime soon. I have played Alliance tunes in the past, but I, you know, just up to level 10 or something, just to kind of get a feel for what those particular races are like playing. But I don't, I haven't found any guilds over there that I like, and I found, at least on the server that I'm on the Tyrannus server, that the people in the Alliance there seem to be younger and more immature than on the Horde side. So that's just my impression of things. Beautiful cutscene here. You get to see the healed turtle and the full island before we cut away, and we're back in. Now we're just outside of Ogrimmar, and here's G, and there's this stupid person on their dragon spinning around right in our spawn point, and I had to talk to G first before I could move forward, so I thought that was somewhat annoying. Be that as it may, now we're going to go off and talk to Garrosh Hellscream, and kind of get indoctrinated into the Horde here. And as I was saying earlier, going forward, I will be doing walkthroughs of all of the 5-man instances that I can with my Frost Death Knight. She's level, like I said, she's about level 87, 88 right now, and she will basically start with Ragefire Chasm, which is the lowest level one, and going forward through that, through all of the ones that she can solo up as far as she can. I don't think I can solo any of the Cataclysm ones, but I'm guessing Burning Crusade and maybe even Wrath of the Lich King instances I might be able to solo. I'm not sure if I can do Wrath, but I can definitely go all the way through Burning Crusades. That one I definitely know I can solo. So we'll see. Alright, so here we're meeting Garrosh Hellscream for the first time, and he's basically a big old jerk. While the rest of the folks in the Horde I think are pretty cool, and really liked Thrall when he was the Horde leader. But ever since Thrall went off to deal with stuff in the Cataclysm, Garrosh is, I don't know, I don't like him, but then again I get the impression that you're not supposed to like him, and that most people don't like him. But he's not letting go of leadership of the Horde anytime soon. I'm actually wondering, and folks who have played through all the way to level 90 by now may know more than I do in terms of what's happening with Thrall. I know Thrall got married in Cataclysm, and so a lot of things have changed for him, but I would love to see Thrall eventually come back to power and lead the Horde again, because I really don't like Garrosh. I'd like to see him die in battle and get replaced with someone that's a little less cruel. And you can see here with anyone who might have decided to go Horde instead of Alliance and wasn't familiar with Horde or Alliance, and didn't know about Garrosh Hellscream and stuff, any kind of new players, you can see that they might be sitting here listening to this guy spout off, and you can kind of see what he's saying over here on the side. And if you hear what he's spouting off, you might say, wait a minute, what did I sign up for? I think I want to go Alliance now. I can just see new players just really regretting this. Because the Horde that you meet on the Wandering Isle don't seem this bad. They seem pretty tame compared to Garrosh. He's just a big jerk, in my opinion. But be that as it may. Alright, so we've walked with him, and now I actually ended up I'm missing some of my recording earlier, because we actually talked to him once more outside of this before we ended up in this arena. But basically, we're challenged to defeat these 3 monsters, and it's myself and G Firepaw. Even though G, yeah, there he is. He just appeared. So the 2 of us have to defeat these 3 elites before we can fully be indoctrinated into the Horde. So, and one of the 3 jumped out of the arena and was just shooting fireballs at us. I'm like, that's not fair. But be that as it may, it's actually not that difficult of a fight. They're not doing that much damage to us, and we're killing them pretty quickly. This particular guy in general, he reminds me a lot. I forget the name, but he looks very much like one of the sons of something or other, and I remember getting my butt kicked in that in I think it was Wrath of the Lich King. I forget. No, it was in Outlands. It was in Outlands when we had to deal with those guys. I just forgot about it. So that was Burning Crusade still. And then here we got another 2-headed monster. Have to deal with him. I think G Firepaw is doing most of the damage here or something, because I can't imagine being strong enough as a level 11 or 12 killing a level 10 elite. But be that as it may, it's not. I don't think this fight is intended to be a fight that you die in, unless you're just really not paying attention. But alright, so we've passed that, and anyway, that's the end of this series. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.